again. Go shopping now.
See you later.
There's been a big enough space here, we'll just stop here. It's pretty miserable, to be honest with you. We're still 2 hours away from Middlewich. But hey, let's just keep going. Stick to the plan. This is a nice stretch of canal, primarily because just through that budge there is Robert's Bakery, and if you come through at the right time of day, it smells delicious. And I don't know whether they get Robert's bread nationwide, but you do get it in the northwest, and it is lovely bread. But yeah, it smells absolutely fantastic. So much so that I want something made out of bread now. Something with bacon on would be nice, but that ain't going to happen. I don't think the dog's going to make it for me.
I'm walking around in the circle of life.
So you may note I have found the time-lapse button. I've never really used time-lapse that much before. Whenever I've wanted to speed any of my clips up, I just normally use my editing software. But the editing software can only speed it up to 10 speed. So even when you've got quite a long scenic clip you want to put in but don't want to make it 4 or 5 minutes long, I normally speed up to 10, but it's still, you can only go 10 speed, so you know, you can only do so much. Whereas this time lapse seems to compress it a much more to a shorter time frame, and it feels to be a lot smoother as well. Then it's a lot easier for the editing software. Not the software, it's my computer. It's so old, it's like from the ark. It struggles to deal with complicated computer processing. So yeah, time-lapse king, here I am.
Walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try to path on the right side? Put it up in your mind. But do you ever try to path on the left side? Put it up in your mind. It's gonna be hard. I'm here and try. Roll your mind. You run.
This particular stretch of canal, just past Billings Pass, all the way nearly into Middlewich now, is very pretty, but it is getting very overgrown again. They've cut all these trees back in the winter, but they've all grown back very quickly, as they do, and it does make some of the sections and bends very narrow and very blind. But hey, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So as you can see, this bend is very, very blind. Just by the nature of narrowboating, I have to sort of like cut the corner so that'll give my arse end somewhere to go. And somebody in theory coming the other way, they should also be slicing the corner. So then if ultimately we meet, and ultimately I can just straighten up and head towards the bank. Because it doesn't always work out like that. If you notice how it goes slightly wider now on the bend, that's to allow your back end somewhere to go when you're making the turn. Because these things turn from the centre. They don't turn like a car from the front, or like a forklift truck that'll turn from the back, because that's where the steering wheels are. These things will turn from the middle. But all you do is you just take it nice and easy around these bends, and then if you see something coming, gently put it in reverse, you know, slow it right down, and then everybody seems to always manage to make it through. You do have the odd mishap, and it is normally because somebody's going too fast. But here we go. There you go, and as if by magic, what I'm trying to explain happens. We see how they were coming around nice and slowly. Nobody was in any danger. Job done, easy peasy. So general narrowboating isn't that difficult to do, really. That's why pretty much you can go and hire a 72-foot narrowboat, get the bare minimum tuition from the hire company, and then they send you on your way. But that's basically because it's so easy, it's not difficult. Most people hire a boat for a holiday, leave a novice, come back an expert. Because that's how easy it is. Yes, there are complications, like doing locks and things like that. But actually steering a boat and navigating isn't actually that difficult. But what's the worst that can happen? You're only doing 2.5 miles an hour most of the time anyway. You know, they said the speed limit is 4 miles an hour, but it's very rare you actually go 4 miles an hour. You know, so yeah, it is quite an easy sport, and you know, recommend it to anybody. Go and get yourself a little day boat or something, have a go. It's fantastic. Once you get the bug, you'll get the bug, you know what I mean, and it'll stick with you for a long time, you know. So a lot of people, you know, a lot of hire boaters are extremely experienced because they hire boats every year, and they've been hiring boats for 20 years, some of them, you know, and it's not a skill you forget. It's like riding a bike. All you really got to remember is opposites. You want to go left, you push the tiller right. You want to go right, you push it left. And that's the biggest thing that people have to get into their heads when they first get on them. And you do see them when they first get on, heading towards the bank. They're pushing the tiller further and further over. But unfortunately, they're pushing it the wrong way. Well, apart from that, once you get that locked into your head and becoming memory muscle, it's very easy. And I'd recommend to anybody, go and have a go. And what's the worst that's going to happen? You might crash into a bank at 2 miles an hour. You might break a cup or something. But they're pretty robust, these things. They are made of steel.
Seeing all the watering fill your eyes, doing the things they know, talking about the same old stories they've heard about the people they think they know. But do you ever try to put
So of course, now look at me, the sun has now come out and it's turning into quite a half decent day. Yeah, there's still a lot of clouds in the sky, but it's breaking, and I'm stood here in my raincoat. I must look alright, Billock. Everyone's thinking, it's August, it's summer, Paul, get your raincoat off. But this morning it was piddling it down. And of course, when you're on your own, you can't just run inside and, you know, is it warm enough just from a t-shirt? Who knows? But yeah, look at that idiot in his rain mac. Right, let's take it off. Let's take it off. Look at that, middle of summer, eh? Look at that, t-shirt weather. Who'd have thought at the beginning of this vlog it was piddling it down, and now it's sunny side. It is cloudy, but it's breaking, it's blue skies over there. We take what comes.
right side, put it up in your mind? Did you ever try to pop on the left side? Put it up in your mind. It's gonna be hard. I'm here, run, drive, roll your mind. You run, drive.
So yes, we're not far off Middlewich now. Like you say, morning. I've got 4 pieces of bread left. You know, the fridge is looking a bit threadbare. So, although I could survive on the boat for probably another couple of weeks, the meals would become less and less interesting as the days went by. My meals are not that interesting in the first place. But yeah, obviously because you have to carry everything when you go shopping, you can't buy in bulk. It's a pain in the nuts really. You know, so, and you can only store so much in your fridge. So yeah, that's what I'm going shopping for really, is a bit of fresh stuff. I had a fresh pizza in my fridge and I was going to eat it last night until I got it out and it was 4 days out of date. Must have had a very low dating when I bought it. And that's the trouble, you see, when you buy fresh food, you know, you've got to eat it fairly quickly, otherwise it's out of date. And when you've got a family, it's not a problem, things are normally gone within a couple of days. When it's all you've got to plan for it, you've got to plan, right, I'm going to eat that today, I'm going to eat that tomorrow, blah blah blah. So I'm just waffling on now about rubbish, aren't I? So yeah, I'm basically going to get bread and milk. Cuttings there. There's normally space for 3 to 4 boats. There's 1 boat there, which at this time of year I think it's quite rare. I'm hoping when we get to Middlewich I don't have to go through the big lock. I'm hoping to moor at the bottom. Because basically I'm lazy and I can't be bothered going through the lock. So with a bit of luck I will find a mooring space at the bottom. I can spin it around in the winding hole, so I'm pointing in the right direction after I've done my shopping. But yeah, but if I have to go through the big lock and park at the top, hey, whatever, it is what it is. The big lock is a relatively easy lock to do, it's only a couple of feet drop. It's just that I'm lazy. That's it, kids, we're here. I've got the exact mooring I wanted on the rings. The winding hole's right behind me, so later on I'll just reverse up a little bit. There are rings around the corner, but then that means you've got to reverse around the corner. It's hard enough reversing in a straight line, never mind around the bloody corner. So yeah, this is the ideal spot. So let Emma know where I am. I'm going to go inside now, have a drink, have a sit down. It's what we narrowboaters do best, and wait for what comes, see what comes and happens. Look at this weather now. I know it's a bit breezy, you can tell by the ensign. Look at the ensign. Oops. Bit breezy, but that sun is beating down, and I tell you, when it gets you on the back of the neck, you know it's there. So maybe summer's not quite over yet. Here's hoping. Take it easy.